What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Growing
with the Garners.
And today, guys, this is a special video. This is going to be an extra video because we still got one coming out on Thursday. But this is our heart-to-heart challenge that was put together by our friends Keeping Up with the Griffins. They will be tagged in this and down below. And they just made this challenge so that they could celebrate love. And so couples and some singles are coming together and answering some questions about love and relationships. And so we as a couple have these 14 questions that we're going to answer. And y'all, we haven't looked at the answers prior to, so
it's gonna be a doozy.
This is gonna be very genuine and just straight to the point, as much as we can remember, honestly.
Yeah.
So bear with this, but I hope you enjoy this and make sure that you check out all the other couples and singles that are doing this challenge. The playlist will be linked in our bio. Okay, so let's get this party started.
Before we start, I just want to say we've been real excited to do this. Like
Yes.
we couldn't wait.
I was so happy they contacted us.
I know, right? I was like, I felt all loved and special and stuff. Okay, all right, cool. Anyways,
thank you, Keeping Up with the Griffins. Make sure y'all go to their page, like, comment, subscribe to their channel. They are a really, really cool couple, family. Not just a couple, they have kids too. So yeah, they're a really cool family. Anyways, let's go.
You can't even keep up with the Griffins. Anyway, question number 1.
What is your anniversary date and how long have you been together?
All right, so we have been together for 4 years, and our anniversary date is August 28th, 2021. I almost said 2022.
That's when we got married. So we've been that's when we got married. And it's not on here, but we've been friends for 21 years.
Well, that goes into number 2.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't read these questions, y'all.
I saw number 1 and number 2. That's it.
Okay.
The rest of them I don't know. So yeah, number 2 is tell us the story of how the first time you saw each other. You want to start with me because I always remember. You don't be remembering.
I don't be remembering.
You don't remember.
I just know we were kids and we were in the neighborhood.
Okay, so we lived in the same neighborhood, and at the time I was in middle school, getting ready to go into high school, I believe. And Michonne was at this school in our neighborhood, which was at a church. It was a Christian school. Mm-hmm. That school just so happened to have a basketball court in the parking lot, and that's where me and my homies would hoop. So we would play. I
hoop too, by the way.
Yes, we getting there. She did hoop, and that's actually how we met. She was literally coming right out of school, had her uniform and everything still on, book bag on her back, and saw us playing basketball, and she wanted to play too. And I was like, cool, that's the homie. We go play. And we've been friends since. There's a whole bunch of inside jokes and things like that from childhood and from when we were kids.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Lord, you gonna tell the story?
Minnows away.
Okay, so really quick tangent. As a kid, my voice was deep, I guess. Like, my voice was what it is now, but imagine an 8-year-old sounding like this. So they used to make fun of me for having a deep voice, him and his best friend. And so when we would go swimming at the pool, we would play sharks and minnows. And so when it was my turn, I would say, minnows away. And they always said that I sounded like minnows away, because I had like a deep man voice or whatever. And so they made fun of me like that all the time, y'all. How did I end up with that? Huh? But that's like one of our jokes. But we have so many insiders, and we've been friends over the years. Lost contact a couple times, came back in contact as friends, and then it just kind of organically came together when it was supposed to 4 years ago.
We revisited one of our inside jokes yesterday.
Yes.
So good.
I'm untouchable, tight with my fam like the Huxtables, quick to treat a rapper like ham out of Lunchables. Anyways.
All right, cool. So we'll go to number 3. What qualities or traits do you see? Yeah, what qualities or traits do you see in me, and what's your favorite?
What's my favorite? Okay. So quality and traits that I see in you. You are you love words of affirmation. That's his jam. Yeah, okay. You are stop. Okay, you are a leader. Like you really are. Like, and especially I think in the last year, you've really come out your shell as a leader at work, at church, in our home. You are an awesome provider. And I think one of my favorite qualities of yours is the fact that you are so caring and you can deal with my mess. Okay. Like you're patient. That's the quality. That you're patient because I am a lot. Sometimes I am a lot. And you never make me feel that when I am a lot, that it's a bad thing or that I'm not good enough or any of those things that I felt in previous relationships. So, yeah, those are just some. You have a lot of amazing qualities.
Okay.
Stop it.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're also very handsome. Is that a quality?
You better stop. We'll stop this video right now. Hello? Okay.
Quality?
Yeah, it's a quality or a trait.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Some qualities and traits that I see in you.
Yeah.
And what are my favorites? So ironically, I was going to say a similar thing as far as patience goes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I also, too, am a lot.
Yeah. You're annoying.
I am annoying. And I do it on purpose.
Yes.
It's how I show my love to you.
Yeah. I don't see that.
And you put up with that. You put up with it too during the pregnancy, even though, hey,
pregnancy hormones are at a different level.
And I tested those waters.
Ooh, yeah.
I definitely tested those waters, and now I know what's deep and what's not. So I really love how studious you are. You don't go into anything without research, and I love that because I'm like, all right, we'll figure it out.
You literally are the opposite of that. Oh my god.
We'll figure it out.
And then even when I research, you just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. I trust what you said, but that's funny though, because like when it comes to work or me having to do something,
yeah,
I'm very like I don't want to go into it without knowing something,
right?
Knowing at least what I can work with.
Yeah.
But for you, you're like, nah, I need this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Very knowledgeable. You're an amazing and outstanding mother and teacher. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
myself on those things.
Yeah. No, you got it. You got it down packed, and I really do love those things. But I think my favorite thing about you, and you're gonna disagree.
What is it?
But you're very caring and loving.
I am with you guys.
Yes.
Not to other people.
But you think that, but you are though. You just have less patience with that love and care.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can kind of see that.
Like you're way more gracious and patient to kids and me.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
Yeah. I don't extend that same.
But at the same time, like people won't really know it. I would know.
Yeah.
But people wouldn't really know outside of like, babe, what you think about that? I'm like, oh my God, this person.
Right. But I don't show it. Like I'm not outwardly mean, but like when I get home and vent to my husband.
Take that back. Not my favorite trait. Okay. This is actually my favorite trait. I'm so sorry, but that's it. You kind of what we talked about already. You handle your emotions extremely well.
Thank you.
And you are teaching me how to do that in a lot of ways. In the ways that when I vent to you, even still, you're like, you might have your own opinions or whatever about it, but you were like, okay. All right. And unless I ask what you think about it, you'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Thank you.
Sometimes I'm like, give me more. Which is why I would ask what you think and you would tell me.
Yeah.
But
that was one oh well, I'm gonna wait. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but that was one obstacle that we had to overcome, was me being like closed off with my emotions.
Yeah, especially early on.
Yeah.
I would be like,
I didn't want to say nothing.
I was like, I need to know what you're thinking and what you're feeling. I don't care how it is. I'm gonna love you, and I think that's.
I was scared.
You were so afraid.
Yeah.
And so was I.
Yeah.
For the most part, but I was coming out of some stuff. And I was like, man, look, at this point, I don't care. People gonna think what they gonna think regardless.
Exactly. And we got into that, and we talked about everything under the sun. So I think we've grown comfortable with being 100% authentic with each other. Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, number 4. What is the biggest lesson you have learned from each other? We just kind of talked about it.
Yeah, kind of.
The biggest lesson I've learned from you. Learned a lot, but this is not really anything for our relationship. But like I've learned a lot from you financially, with saving and budgeting and like writing the vision down, that like I kind of knew but like wasn't putting into practice. And so I've learned a lot about that, and now can put it into practice and like know exactly what we should be or should not be doing with our money, and if something comes up to communicate it to you, not just do something and then writing it down into the budget and making sure to set reminders about things. Like that's something big that you've taught me that, like I said, I just haven't put into practice in my life before.
Okay. I appreciate that, because you know me, I have my moments once like bills are coming out and stuff like that, and I forget what a couple bills.
But because you have the things in place, I'm able to now remind you. And
I can't pinpoint really one big lesson. Okay, so I think the biggest lesson I learned from you is just honestly all things parenting, and I'm continuing to learn those things.
I say that's one of the biggest things.
Yeah, it's a huge thing for me, and I go and like I feel like I'm one of those parents now. Sorry, I got mustache hair on my tongue. My biggest thing I think is like how even like with the little bit of knowledge that I retain from that you share with me when it comes to parenting, when it comes to gentle parenting, natural home birthing, things like that. I go tell people these things, and I sound like I know what I'm doing. What I'm talking about. I don't.
Right.
I really don't. But
you're just regurgitating all the stuff that I'm
literally
told him.
just like almost verbatim.
Seriously, I be like talking off his ear about things, and I just will. Like, especially if it's something new that I've learned or whatever, or that's something I'm passionate about, I'll be like, yeah, babe, so, and I'll just go and spew facts and research and things that and he'd be like, oh, okay. But he's retaining a lot, because then, our dog.
Wow, okay.
Because then, when other people ask, he's like, oh, no, we're doing this, that, and the third, and he can talk about it confidently.
I try not to look down on people when they do certain things that I know is not beneficial as parents.
Yeah.
We don't do that in our house, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you define
Oh, God,
love?
I hate this question. I do. I don't know.
Should I start?
Yeah, please.
Above anything else, I define love as an action word.
Facts.
Because you can tell me until you're blue in the face all the things, all your intentions and everything like that, how you feel about me. But if I don't see it in actions, then it don't matter. It does not matter to me. I believe it's also an ongoing process. You can't just say, I love this person, and then that just be it, because you have to work at it. You have to work at love, because we're humans and we're going to have emotions. And so in those times where I'm like, I'm really tired of your mess, I still have to choose to love.
Yeah.
Every day. And it's every day, every moment, because either way it can go good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So love, I don't think I actually have like a book definition. However, I have an example, and that's God. Stop it. No, but for real, like, I mean, it even says it in the Bible, God is love, and that's one of the biggest things that he urges for us to do, loving our neighbors, loving our enemies, loving everyone. And with that, it just looks like you said, action. And if someone does you wrong, you still love them. You know, on the bad days when we're having arguments, I still love you. You know, it's just something that we do, and it's unconditional. There are no conditions. There's nothing that can stop me from loving you, because that's what Christ does with us. Like, if he stopped loving us because we did something wrong, whoo. I mean, I do something wrong like every 2 seconds. It feels like, you know what I'm saying? We all sin, we all fall short. So, like, for him to have all that love that he can give us, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's no conditions. There's nothing. You don't have to do this or do that in order to receive his love. That is what we are to do as well. And so that's what I do for you. That's what I do for as the people that I can. You know, I try. I'm not perfect. I don't love everybody, but but I try to. Okay, I try to.
I was just curious. I love it when you talk Jesus stuff, and then he goes, "I don't love everybody." But it's true. I mean, he urges us to,
but I'm being honest. I'm human, and I don't love everybody. I try to, but I'm not perfect. And I'm not there yet. Choices.
There are times where I love people, and then I choose. You know what? In this moment, I don't love you.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna act like I love.
I ain't gonna act like it. I'm sorry. You got this.
Sorry, just being
tomorrow,
real.
Brand new mercies tomorrow.
Just being real.
Okay. I don't want to elaborate too much longer.
Yeah.
How did having children change you as a couple? If you don't have children, how do you? Oh, yeah. How did having children change you as a couple?
So we came in as a couple having children because I had a child from a previous marriage. So I think our dynamic is different with this question. Yeah. Yes, you baby. But I think because our dynamic was, you know, we're a blended family, and now we have a child of our own, like, blood, from his blood, that it's taught me to be more flexible and to be able to explain things, like things that I normally would not have the patience to explain to an adult. For him, because he came in the picture with me, have already raised Malachi for 4 years, like, kind of just teaching him and letting him know some of the things that I've learned along the way with parenting, because he was new to it, but I wasn't. So, like, you know, in marriages that they don't have any blended families or whatever, and they come in, they're learning at the same time. But for me, like, I had prior knowledge and he didn't. So having the patience and the flexibility to just be able to, you know, explain certain things that you didn't understand or that you never experienced. And that, I mean, that takes a lot, but it's also like, I learn a lot from seeing how you interact with both of them. And you're like an awesome father. You were an awesome father to Malachi before Jaleel, and now you're an awesome father just times 100 with Jaleel being in here, because you got to raise him from a baby. You know what I'm saying? You're getting to do the whole thing, and not just coming in, you know, while, you know, he's already old enough. So I know they're so cute. Our kids are just over there trying to entertain themselves. But anyway, so that's what I've learned. That's the biggest lesson, I guess, that I have for that. And or how that's changed us. Oh, I'm sorry. Because I was more so talking like what I learned. But like changing, I think, as far as us finding time for each other only. Because right now we have a 6-month-old who does not like to be put down. And he doesn't sleep deep enough for us to have any quality time. hush it.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. And honestly, like, we are also both big on me time.
Yeah.
And
he's had the biggest adjustment, though. I don't have a lot of me time.
yeah, I need that. I need it.
But him, like, you know, with having a baby, like, he will work all day and he's come home and I'm dog tired. I'm like, babe, here. And he's like, but I'm going to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
But I want to read. But I want to, you know.
Yeah, I gotta switch. I have to switch gears. You know,
Yeah.
I wear a lot of different hats, and the way that my brain processes, I was like, okay, cool. I'm doing this. I got this box here. Let me be done with this and close this box up. Devin use this example, by the way, because you know we're the same way.
Yeah.
Let me close this box up before I get into the other box. If you try to have me dipping 2 toes in each box, it's gonna be a mess somewhere. And that's how I am. And I tried my best to try to make sure I do the work to be able to close those boxes before switching. But it doesn't always happen that way, and I know that. And I know she knows that.
Yeah. There are days where I'm like, okay, I'll give him time. But then there are other days like, I'm not. Take this baby now. Take this baby right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going crazy. I haven't showered. I haven't been able to do anything on my own. Take this baby.
Ew! What are you doing?
All right, number 7.
What movie or sitcom couple would you like our relationship to be similar to?
Nope.
Nobody.
We are a very unique couple. We talk about this all the time, and just the dynamics of different couples and stuff like that we're around, and like
We'd be like, ooh, we different.
ooh, we different. But that's a good thing, right? Like every relationship should be unique.
Yeah.
Because you are you, I am me, and the dynamic that we create together as a couple should be its own thing. Just like there's no 2 identical snowflakes. There are no 2 identical relationships. That's why we're both very weary when it comes to marital or relationship or parental advice, because everybody has their own mind. Everybody has their own experiences.
Yeah.
And I love our situation, so I don't want to be like nobody else.
Exactly. There's couples that I've liked over the years that have divorced, and I thought they were the perfect couple. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't ever want to say that I want our relationship to be like anything else, because if they fail and they, you know, whatever, then I don't want that to be us. Hey, what is something that you think we both have in common? So much. Everything in life. Like basketball, our competitiveness, the way we think, our jokes.
Finishing each other's sentences.
Yes. Oh my God.
Having honestly the same thoughts.
Right. Literally.
Yeah, if I'm thinking it and I say it, she was already.
Like, dang, I was just about to.
She was already on the way saying it, and vice versa. We used to get on people's nerves. We still do.
Yeah, we do.
Still do.
We do.
Specifically Malachi. He'll be like, oh my God.
I get on my nerves, because we'll literally, I mean, there's so many times that we have to say, Jinx, you owe me a soda, because we say the same things at the same time all the time.
We actually play that too. Like,
yeah, we do. We get the soda.
Somebody go get the soda.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That was easy.
Right.
What brings you the most joy in our relationship or marriage? It's just simple. Like, outside of the work that we have to do as humans,
Right.
like, there's no extra
Drama, baggage.
drama. That we
there's
have-
outside forces.
Right, of course. But for us, it's just like, you cool with this? Yeah. You cool with that? All right, cool. And if we're even like our disagreements, right?
Yeah.
Our disagreements are us saying the same thing just from a different life experience.
Yeah, and sometimes we misunderstand each other, like when we're talking, but then by the end of that conversation, we're like, oh, we were saying the same thing. We were saying the same thing. You just said it differently, and I didn't understand. You know, so I definitely. I didn't answer that. What brings you? What was it?
What brings you the most joy in our relationship or marriage? Like, for me, that's it. I mean, just the simplicity of it. I wouldn't say it's easy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that. It's work.
It's simple.
It's simple. Yeah. I think I would say the same, but what brings me joy in our marriage, there's just so much peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about that when we were
Peace.
Stop. We talked about that when we were dating. You know, that was one of the words that we wanted for our family and our foundation, and it's been that.
Yeah.
Because we've both been married and we were both in situations that weren't the best.
They weren't
We
peaceful.
know, right? We know what is not peaceful. You know what I'm saying? We have that experience, and we I think we treasure that a lot more because of our past experiences. And and so that brings me joy. That brings you joy.
Yes, definitely.
So yeah.
All right. I love you.
I love you today. I'm glad y'all are having fun, but can y'all bring it down a little bit? Cause yeah, we don't have mics or anything. Okay.
Right. Dang. All right.
10.
Dang. We got to go into this.
What are some short-term and long-term goals you think we have as a couple?
All right.
Short-term, we want to go to Italy. Yeah.
Yes. And also, this is kind of also a short term based off of like what this year is going to look like for us.
Yeah.
But tackle that.
Yeah. We're about to do that now. We just finished filing our taxes, and
Literally just finished.
like maybe half of that is going to tackling that.
Yeah.
So.
Long term, also probably more so a short term. Get another car. We need two
It need to be
cars.
short term because
Whew.
the struggle is real. Sharing one car when you got one person working outside of the home, the other person homeschooling, so you need, social and things. It is hard.
It's hard.
Especially you gotta go to work early. I'm not a morning person. It's
Not at
just
all. Is she? She's not a morning person at all.
when I need the car, I have to either he has to get a ride from somebody, or I have to wake up early and take him to work.
Yeah, and also like with that, like my biggest thing, I have it ingrained in me that I shouldn't be asking anybody for help for anything. Like I should be able to take care of my own. And although that's not the situation, we obviously have a system here that works for us. But I don't want to have to depend on someone else for me being able to do what I need to do.
And I'm the same way. I've never had to depend on anyone. I've had, once I bought my own car, I've been able to do what I want when I want. And so having to be like, all right, babe, so what you doing today? Can I have the car? Can we do?
Yeah. And for me, it's just like asking people at work, like, can I get a ride? I still have to ask Devin.
Okay. Do that when we get off.
Real life. See, we told y'all.
Real life.
This is what it is.
Because Tuesdays we have a homeschool co-op, and I have to have the car because we're out all day. There's no way for me to take him to work or pick him up or anything like that. So
Yeah.
he needs to ride like every Tuesday. So I mean, we have a system, but it's hard. We need 2 cars. There's no public transportation here, y'all. Who thought that was okay?
To be honest, I wouldn't be spending money like that consistently on public transportation.
I would though.
Okay.
I would easily, like, if we had to go to a park thing and you had the car.
That'd be a cool experience for him, to be honest.
Yeah, I would easily do that.
Long-term goal.
What?
Podcast.
Yes. We want a podcast.
We want to do it. We want to do a podcast. And really because, again, like, based off of what we said earlier about just our relationship being unique, we have a lot of experiences before us that I think a lot of couples, a lot of people can be free from.
Yeah. And benefit from. I think they could definitely benefit from our just daily conversations, y'all. When we get into like conversations, sometimes it gets real deep, but also other times it's just like we learn a lot.
Yeah.
And we say a lot of good things that I believe that if other couples or people in relationships knew about, it would save them a lot of headache, heartache.
Yeah.
It's a lot of questions. So.
It is, yeah. At this point in time, today, right now, Jake, show me soda. What are you most excited about in our relationship / marriage?
It said today right now, and I was about to say something for later, but today right now, what am I most excited about? Today right now.
Right now. So for me,
Today right now.
seeing how far we've come with our YouTube channel and being able to do things like this where we are collaborating with other YouTubers. We were nowhere near that last year.
No.
Nowhere near that. And to see that we are actually growing
With
the
Garners.
See what we did there? It was a tag.
We're corny.
No, you're corny by proxy. I'm corny.
You really are though.
Intentionally. Yeah, I just loving seeing where we're going with this and how down the line, no telling how we're going to be if we stay at it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about.
I really don't know how to answer that question. Today, right now, I'm excited that you're home from work.
Amen. All right, cool. Moving on. Number 12. Okay, I'm sorry. In what ways can we continue building and strengthening our relationship / marriage?
Keeping the lines of communication open.
Yeah.
I'm not
Definitely.
even going to go into why we really need communication soon, but we just need to make sure that we make it a priority to talk to each other,
Yeah.
tell each other how we're feeling.
Yeah. That's so good coming from you because you know, this other, like we need to talk about stuff.
I know. Well, I've been big on that, like in the last, since we've been married.
Yeah, you have
Since we've
been.
been married, I've been like, yeah,
Well, I tell you,
putting in the work. Okay.
if y'all was there on them Google Duo calls, initially
When we were
it was
dating,
fine.
it was rough. Okay, I feel like our dating life was super rough compared to our married life.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's good because we put in the work.
That's how it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
we put in the work. It wasn't like it was all, butterflies and flowers when we were dating, and then we got married, and it was like, ooh, tornado, whirlwind.
Yeah,
It was like the opposite. It was like
And that's how
our
it's
dating life
supposed to
was
be. Yeah.
crazy.
Like you're supposed to go through the trials before you get married,
Yeah.
so that you know what you're dealing with, and then you know if you can handle that or not.
Malachi, Jaleel, what you talking about, little boy?
Number 13. This is my. Well, I know.
What is your love language? Okay, words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, or physical touch. We do this all the time, y'all. We've read the books, we've done the tests, and we do them like we do them like periodically because they've
Probably
changed.
due for one
We are. Especially
since before you were pregnant.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we're
It
due.
changed so bad.
But
when
I
was pregnant.
know, but words of affirmation will
Words
never
of
go away
affirmation
for me.
is yours, yeah.
It will
It's your
never go
top.
away. It's always my second one, or whatever the other one is closest to it. Sometimes words of affirmation is not number one, but it's
Yeah.
definitely will be number two if
Yeah.
it's not number one.
Yeah. Mine used to be physical touch.
It did. It is
And
not.
it's not at all. Like, physical touch is almost at the bottom now. I think since being pregnant and being touched out
And breastfeeding.
and oh my god, I feel like I'm constantly touched. I'm like claustrophobic at this point. You know what I'm saying? So physical touch went from 1 to all the way to the bottom. But right now, my number one, I would say, because of where we are in the season, is acts of service. I appreciate when he takes something off my plate and he does something.
Speaking of plates.
It's not gonna be. You don't have to do leftovers.
That's fine. Also,
Okay,
I'm
because the
touching
ribs
you.
are not gonna be. You've been touching me the whole time. I'm okay right now.
I'm trying to annoy you. You heard John? He said, "Get off my mama."
Yeah. So quality. Acts of service is one, and then quality time for me is. It's been consistently in the second or third, whatever.
Yeah.
So right now it's a little higher up because we don't have as much time.
Yeah.
You know. Like we spend a lot of time together, but not alone.
Yeah.
That's our thing.
Yeah. Like for me, quality time is my second one as well. And for me, like the way I am with is because we don't get it that much. Like when we do have that time, I need like distractions out the way.
Yeah,
Like,
phones down.
put your phone
like,
down.
Yeah.
Like Malachi goes somewhere, don't ask us for nothing. It's our moment. It's our time. And even if it's like for 10 minutes, like I cherish that, and they're like we in.
We in.
Like what you say? Okay, let's talk about it. Huh?
No, seriously, and sometimes we do that. We're like, we only have 5 minutes, babe. Like, he about to wake up, or I got to do something. We only have 5 minutes, but let's do that, and we'll take those 5 minutes uninterrupted, and it's the best 5 minutes of our day.
And then it ended up turning into 35, but but that's what it's supposed to be like.
You know, it's not actually just us being alone, but you know. Yeah.
Last one.
Yay!
Based on your own relationship/marriage, what advice could you offer other couples that may help them in some way? Wait till the podcast now playing.
Follow us on Instagram.
All right, exactly. We ain't even got started.
All right, nothing, y'all.
Not even close.
Advice.
Be authentic.
That's good.
Be authentic. It is so common that people are one way in the home, and you get out in public, and they're putting on the front.
Woo!
And it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Our first date, we went to a paint and sip. Literally our first date.
Yeah.
And there was a couple that was across from us. I don't know how long they've been together, but I think they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
Because they had that, that like kind of that taintedness on them that comes with, being in a relationship for a long time, not doing the work beforehand. Anyway, we were just vibing, kind of just interacting how we interact as we normally do, and literally like
they were so jealous.
They were jealous. Like literally, the woman looked over at her man and was like,
"Why can't we be like that?
Why can't we be like that?" And that's not a flex.
It really is not. That's just what it is.
It's just literally like, that's how.
That was our first date, y'all. Like, we hadn't even been together.
That's the authenticity. Ooh, I need food. That we're talking about. Like, this is who we are all the time. This is how we are. When we're at our low, when we're both irritated, you're gonna see it. And when we're both jovial. Hello, SAT word.
SAT word. Put that here with the definition, because then I might know.
Yeah, you'll see it. At the end of the day, with us, you'll get the Garners.
Yeah.
And there will be no question like are they? Nah, this is us.
So that's to be authentic. For me, I think my number one advice would be to, I guess this goes hand in hand with being authentic, but I will fall asleep. Okay.
Sorry. I'm trying to get a little bit in.
So my number one advice would, and it goes hand in hand with that, but just being transparent. So you're authentic, you're real, whatever, but I think in relationships, a lot of the times, I had that issue in the beginning of our relationship, just being very closed off, with my emotions, because I was afraid. I put up this wall or whatever, and that's never going to get you where you want to be in a relationship. If you want to marry that person, or you want to find somebody who you want to spend the rest of your life with, you're going to have to be authentic, and you're going to have to be transparent. You're going to have to put it all on the table. Your past mistakes, your past relationship things that you've done, where you come from, how you were, all of that has to be put out on the table if you really want a solid foundation. I feel like that's why we're so solid now. We talked about everything, and I mean, it took a lot of pulling from him in the beginning to get me to talk about things, but once we got there, it was no stopping us.
Yeah, definitely. And to be honest, she saw it too. It was a lot of work to get me to that point, but once I got to that point, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
We both had similar experiences where being transparent
got us in trouble.
Was penalized.
Yeah.
So neither of us wanted
attacked
to do that.
for that. You know, so then, as a
still got some of that now.
Yeah, right. So then, as a a safety mechanism, you know, we kind of just was like, okay, well, we're not going to share. We're not going to be transparent. We're not going to say anything, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this
We
was
did it.
awesome. We did it. 14 questions. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. I'm really excited to see what other people say.
I know. It's gonna be cool to see other couples, y'all. There's like, I think they said 50 people
This gonna be lit.
participating, and then we're supposed to tag other people. So we're actually tagging the Moga family. Okay, so I mean, if you don't want to do it, that's totally fine. But we're tagging as many people as we can to do this challenge. You have all through February and beyond to just show love. So I'm super thankful to Keeping Up with the Griffins for participating. Asking us to participate in their challenge, and honestly connecting us with other like-minded couples, and I'm really happy to see what everybody puts out. So yeah,
Sooner or later, we're gonna be that couple, that family to issue out these challenges and these things.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many great ideas. We do. We just
it's
too much
busy.
going on.
It's
You know what I'm saying? We busy.
Okay.
We busy.
It's a lot.
But yeah, I mean, if you on this channel, you already know we always say to share with all those who love love. So this was perfect.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
This was perfect to put in there. But thank you for tuning in, guys. If you watched this whole thing, I'm thankful for you. Please make sure you like this video. Make sure you hit that notification so you don't miss when we post another one. Make sure you check out the playlist that has everybody's that's going to be posted throughout this month and beyond. And make sure you share with all those who love love. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.